All right, the Bears. Matt had them at 10. You have them at 7. Talk to me about the Bears. I'm optimistic about them, so you're not really twisting my arm here.
Yeah, I don't know. This one I was surprised that I was high on them because I don't know. When I was putting this list together, like 7, like right here, this is like where like I guess
Feel
8
good.
is where it started to feel like I don't know. But the Bears to me, I don't know. I feel pretty good about this defense. Maybe this is just the remnants of me living through all those years of Dennis Allen just torturing my team on defense, even as the talent dwindles and they're still good and it's really frustrating. And this group is just a lot more talented than what he's been able to work with the Saints over the past few years as things have declined due to the cap situation. Now, what I guess I'm a little concerned about, maybe like what's Grady Jarrett got left? Is Gervon Dexter taking that next step? Maybe on the interior, but like the linebackers were good last year after they got settled in. I'm not expecting because there was like maybe a month span. Was last year Tremaine Edmunds' first year with the Bears, or was it the year before?
That was the year before.
Okay, the year before. But regardless, like
I
when.
think.
No. I don't remember. Time's getting hard for me, man. This is terrible. Last year was the second year. Last year was the second year.
Okay. Yes. It's going into year 3.
Okay. So if you guys remember, like when they first started, like him and TJ Edwards, when they first started playing together, man, it must have been like the first month of the season. They had like a 90+% completion rate and they were getting shredded and it looked like this was a failure. But since then, like, I think those guys have really started to anchor this defense. And then on the back end, like the cornerbacks are talented. I really don't know what to think about like Jaquan Brisker. I don't know. He got a concussion last year. He just kind of disappeared for like the whole season. That was kind of really scary. So we'll see what happens there this season. But they got some talent on the back end. I find myself a little bullish on this front seven. I know I'm asking like, will Gervon Dexter take the next step? I think he kind of can. He's still a pretty talented guy. And then you got what I think is one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. So it's not like I don't think like their back end is super overwhelmingly talented, but they got enough talent at key spots where Dennis Allen should be able to do some things with them, and I expect them a pretty good year up front. Because I know, like when the Falcons cut Grady, if you looked at the contracts between like him and David Onyemata, they're pretty similar. Like you could have cut Onyemata if that's what you needed to, and I think Grady's certainly a better player than he was. Do you overpay a little bit? Yeah, probably, but I think it's fine for just like we were really young in the DT room last year. They were really young. They drafted another guy this year, Shamar Turner, in the second round. You need a vet. I think that's a good guy for them to get. And if he's got anything, man, I think that defense could be pretty strong.
They have enough where it's not like the Falcons for the last X years. It's like, we need Grady on the field. we need you to play another snap, undersized defensive tackle. We need you to play another one. Also looking at, and again, personalities is a big thing too. Grady Jarrett's a warrior, like hard competitor, great teammate type. And on top of it, that's what they try to do on offense too. Like Joe Tooney, all pro level guard, but his personality helps set the culture for their offensive line. Maybe there's some of that with Grady Jarrett. You're hoping Montez Sweat is that, but Montez Sweat is not that personality.
But I'm so sad that I get the Grady Montez Sweat pairing on another team. That was supposed to be in Atlanta. Right. Come on.
It was. Remember?
Yeah. It got down to the finish line. It got down to the finish line. He picked the other offer.
I know. And that's when the Falcons were like 4-2. Like, Desmond Ridder was still a thing. The Bears last year, before they had a bye week in week 7, I believe. Yep, week 7. So through weeks 1 through 6, they were at 7th in defensive suplex rate. Remember, I think I had them as a top 10 defense last year. This defense, and why I was so optimistic about them last year until the whole franchise fell apart. That's why it's so hard to consider anything that happened after that Hail Mary game. Because you could just see it. It was palpable watching this defense going from a legit top 10 unit to like the worst unit, really bottom 5 unit every way. It's just because they have so many plus starters. They have so many good players. I'm not saying stars, just good players. You mentioned a bunch of them. It feels like you can go on forever. It's like they have so much insulating talent that, okay, if some of the guys don't reach the, say, I'm just trying to think. Say Grady Jarrett, like you just said, only plays 8 games, 9 games. They have enough other guys that they can make do. Like they don't. It's a want, not a need for this defense for him to be a difference maker. Because I do believe Andrew Billings is turning a nice vet for them. But if Dexter is just okay, shows a little improvement, they have enough to help it all out. The linebackers you mentioned, they just have a lot of good players. Kyler Gordon is one of the best slots in the game. Super dynamic. Is going to be a monster in this defense. And yeah, it's really just like you said, Brisker is my biggest question mark. Some of the spine stuff, but they have size at linebacker that helps, some of the maybe spine weaknesses, but they also got a funky defense that's going to use those guys. Remember, Dennis Allen sent the hell out of his linebackers at the quarterback. Now you got Tremaine Edmunds in that role.
Yeah.
Like, that's
he's such a good fit for this personnel, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Montez Sweat is his ideal DN.
Yeah.
Like that's his ideal edge player. He likes big pocket pushers. Oh man. So I'm with you. This is one I could have easily made an argument for. So I'm glad you two both actually brought it up because I did want to talk about the Bears defense because overall I'm pretty optimistic about this team.